beautiful, and welcome back to my channel and to this week's new makeup releases going on Wishlist or not. This is the series on YouTube where every Sunday I come back and I chat about the new makeup releases, announcements, and sneak peeks from the past week. And we chat about whether or not we want to pick them up, whether or not we think they're stupid, and sometimes we just, appreciate them from afar. Sometimes you don't have to own something just to say it's pretty. And this is a way of us to discuss new makeup without actually having to buy all of it. And if you haven't been here before, hello, my name is Angie. I am a lover of fashion and makeup, especially colorful makeup. Today I did more of a statement with my lips than my eyes because I feel like I always do colorful eyes and like a nude lip, and I felt like, you know what, we're changing it up today, so I'm doing a very bold purple lip and still a purple eye, but not as bold. But if you want to see some more color on your timeline, if you want to see brands that you might not see on every other channel, please do subscribe because I upload several videos a week. And I did buy these earrings from eBay. I always put all the info down in the description box, so don't forget to check the description box if there's anything you're wondering about, including the things I'm going to talk about in this video. I try to put the prices and launch dates and links and codes and whatever info I can find in the description box. Sometimes the codes and the links are affiliated and they will be marked either as affiliated or with a little star, meaning that if you use them, me or someone else is earning a small commission. And if you do use a YouTuber's affiliated codes or links, do know that they are very appreciative because it does help a lot. Oh my god, I'm having a bit of allergies today. I feel like I'm having allergies all year round. Like I'm literally allergic to nature. I'm turning into an indoors kind of a person. I'm drinking a sour beer again. This is the How to Tear Down This Wall Berliner Weisse beer in raspberry. It's so sour. Ah, I love it. I love sour beer. So this is a sour beer with raspberry that has a cat hair on it. That's just according to tradition. I am actually wearing one of the news, and I will talk about that first. I did film this look and it's coming as an Instagram tutorial real soon. Should we start with talking about that? I'll scoochie a little bit, but I'll still start with talking about the new collection from Oden's the new collection from Oden's Eye, because they did send this to me and they told me, and I've been telling you that I knew about their new release, but they sent this collection to me early, so I actually had a couple of days to photograph and swatch and film with this collection before it even was announced. It is live now. I don't know if this is still available because I heard a lot of you were really interested in this collection, and I don't know if it's limited edition either. I don't think it is because I haven't heard anything about that, but this collection is live. And if you want to see some swatches of this collection and if you want to see like a look, I will leave that up here in the corner because I do have a video swatching all of this and showing you all of these things. This is the Oden's Eye Alva. Alva means like fairy or sprite. It is a Swedish indie brand. Oden's Eye is a Swedish indie brand, and you know Oden is like the Norse god, so this is based on Norse mythology. This is the very colorful 16-pan palette, and again, if you want to see swatches, it is up, do check the video. And this is the highlighter palette. This is the Alva 2, and this is what the highlighter palette looks like. Again, close-up swatches. This is the one that I'm wearing today. This is the Mini Sky palette. This is the purple palette. So this is the one I'm wearing all of the shades except this like duochrome orangey gold here in like the middle. I'm wearing all of the shades on my eyes. This is the Mini Ocean palette. This is the blue and like orangey brown one. And then there is a Mini Forest one. This is like the turquoisey green with like a little brown here. All of these are, I like the Oden's Eye quality. Maybe I should put it like that. I like the Oden's Eye quality. I'm very happy to be receiving PR from this brand. I also have a code with them. It is Angelica. We'll also leave that down below if you want to make an order and save 10%. The code is affiliated. The link to Oden's Eye is not. So yeah, that launch is already available, and I will not talk too much about it since I have a video on it. But yeah, it launched this week. I think it's still available. Link to the video down below and also up here in the corner. Let's just move on because I have a whole video on it. We don't need to talk about it. I don't know if there's anything else about these releases that I have bought or is like even interested in. You know what? I did buy one thing. Should we save that towards the end? I'll save it towards the end, and maybe you can guess in the comments what you think I bought. We can talk about this one. This is the new collection from BH Cosmetics. BH Cosmetics is releasing things in the same rate as Colourpop and Makeup Revolution, let's be honest. And this is part of their travel series. They've done quite a few of these palettes now. I know my friend Karen Harris has tried these and she said they're good quality. I'm just waiting for one to be like my style because I really like the BH Cosmetics, the ice cream shop palettes. I have 3 of them and they are so beautiful. they're so beautiful. Wow, I like them so much. This is a palette and a brush set. I've never tried the BH Cosmetics brushes. I know Samantha Marsh says that they're pretty okay. This is the Chillin in Chicago. Well, you're not really selling Chicago here, are you? This is for me, the thing is with BH Cosmetics product pictures are a snooze fest. And this is the thing with brands. I don't like when brands take pictures that makes the product look better than it is in real life. I hate that. You know, getting a product and you think you're gonna get something and then you open it and it's like, eh? I don't like that, but also at the same time, I don't like when brands like BH Cosmetics, for example, when they have pictures up on their website that is showing the products, and when you get it, it actually looks better in real life. Because that's how I feel about the Ice Cream Shop palettes. They look nice on the website, but they look better in real life. So maybe they need to up their like product photography game a bit, because I feel like this Chilling in Chicago palette could be more interesting in real life than it looks here, but this looks so dull. It looks so not muted, isn't there? Because muted can be like a aesthetics, but it's just so, it looks like you left it in the attic and then found it 3 generations later, and it's just like dusty. It looks so, I don't know, there's just something about it. Maybe it's super fun in real life, because I do love a red pink crease with then some like, and there's a purple, and there's like, that seems to be like a pale green. I don't know. I might like this palette if I see it in real life, but just this picture makes me go, eh. I don't know. Maybe they need a better product photographer. A lot of brands need a better product photographer. I don't want the product to look better on picture than it does in real life, but can at least look as good. It's not too much to ask. I got a lot of tags in this one. This is from Eunique Beauty. That's a very unfortunate name, isn't it? It's a very, very unfortunate name. But yeah, Eunique Beauty. It's an E in the beginning. These are their new fashion magazine mini palettes, and I have to say, you know, £6 palettes, that's where my heart is at. I love £6 palettes. I think it's I love £6 palettes. I feel like 6 colors, there's something about the creativity that is like needed for a £6 palette to just be like, how many looks can I do with just these 6 colors? I don't know. I love okay, it's a me thing. I love £6 palettes. So there's something about this being £6 palettes that makes me go, oh, I'm listening. I don't think though that I'm gonna get any of these. There's nothing here that is like, ooh, this color story, I really want to try it. But they look nice. I just don't think I'm gonna try them. But I do love a good £6 palette. I think these are already available, and they are £13.99 each. Pounds, so that tells me that this is a British or like brand from the UK. So that's cool. This is interesting. Let's talk a little bit about this. I don't know if anyone else is going to think that this is interesting, but for me this is interesting, and that is the Byredo has announced that they are releasing a makeup collection. And I think that they are launching it together with, how do you, Isamaya French. If I'm not mistaken, that is a makeup artist that has helped other brands to like develop makeup lines from before, from what I've heard. Byredo is a Swedish luxury perfume brand. I own one of their perfumes. I own the perfume that's called Slow Dance. I mentioned it in my latest favorites, which was like, I don't know, April. I'm not good at doing monthly favorites. I don't have monthly favorites. I don't find favorites that often. I'm a creature of habit, but I mentioned it in my latest favorites. I mentioned the Byredo Slow Dance. They have a very bougie, like couture kind of a esque style with their perfumes, and I am very intrigued with them releasing makeup, because I feel like it's going to be very editorial couture-esque style of a makeup. And also this picture, look at this. I am super excited, and also this is going to be fairly easy for me to get a hold of, because like I said, Byredo is a Swedish brand and I am in Sweden. They even have a counter in Stockholm. They probably have lots of stores, but they do have a counter in Stockholm at Åhléns, which is like one of the biggest department store, if not the biggest department store. And I always go past there and smell their perfumes. And if they're gonna have makeup there as well, like this is gonna be easy for me. Makeup is never easy for me. I live in Sweden. It's basically the edge of the world. So for a new release to be easy, I'm intrigued by that. Are you interested? Depending on how the makeup looks, but this like green-red picture does give me hope for it to be at least somewhat interesting. So let me know what you think, because I could definitely see myself trying this out because it is a Swedish brand and I like trying out Swedish things, like Oden's Eye, it's also Swedish, like that's fun. I'm happy to see that we are coming up with some fun things. Oh, here's actually something that I bought as well, and I think I just think that I missed to talk about this, and this is actually the colored Raine new liquid lipsticks. They did come out with this together with the, what was it called, the Juicy Boost palette. I did buy the Juicy Boost, but I will say I bought that palette, when was the release? A week and a half ago, and they still haven't shipped it. I am not that impressed with that. I'm not that impressed with that. It should not, like, listen, if you have a big release, if you as a brand have a big release, you should really hire some extra staff to get your products out. It should not take you 2 weeks to ship products. I'm not that impressed. I am sorry, I don't want to be mean, but that's not that impressive. So I don't know if I will do a dedicated video on it when it comes, depends on like how much other things I have, but I will of course show it in some way. But I'm not that impressed with this, but I did buy the yellow liquid lipstick because, you know, I love yellow lips. I know every time I wear yellow lipstick there's someone like, that is not a flattering color on you, and that's not the point. I love yellow lips. I think it's fun. I think it's fun. I really like it. So I did buy this yellow lipstick since I was ordering the palette, coming in 2021. This is KKW coming out with a new collection. I have to say, the stamina that KKW is like showing with coming out with this many nude palettes back to back, I mean, that's a determination that I haven't seen for quite some time. I like that they're 6-pan. I like that they're cool tone nudes. I mean, I will say I'm much more into cool tone nudes. If I'm gonna pick cool tone nudes, definitely the way to go for me. I wouldn't buy a 6-pan palette with nudes like this. It's a collaboration with her friend Allison. Listen, this bitch is not keeping up with the Kardashians. I have never watched a single episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. I am definitely not keeping up. I have no idea. I couldn't even name all of the siblings. I have no idea about anything in that universe, and that could also be a reason why I was never really interested in the Kylie Cosmetics or the KKW Beauty. I even own some things from Kylie Cosmetics, and I do own a lip liner from KKW Beauty, but I'm not a stan. I've never watched the show. I'm not that interested in the Kardashians. So I have no clue who this Allison is. Apparently Allison is a childhood best friend. I don't know. She seems very cute. I kind of like if you love the show, if you love the whole Kardashian thing, you probably know who this is, and you probably think that looking at these pictures of them together is like a cute moment, something that you want to own. For me, this is just two strangers party pictures on a palette, and it's not for me. It's not for me, and it's a brown palette. So I do appreciate them coming out with something like this. I think that these colors speak to a lot of people because we are getting into a more, I feel like we've been into the rainbow phase and now we're moving into a neutral phase again. So I think a lot of people, like, everything goes in cycles. Everything goes in cycles, and I think we're moving into a neutral cycle again. So I think a lot of people will look at this and be like, yeah, I want to own this. This is something I want to wear, and especially if you know who Allison is and if you love Kim Kardashian. For me, two strangers on a palette with browns, so it's not for me. But I don't hate the look of it, but I have to say I really hope that KKW is coming out with something else than brown eyeshadow palettes, because she's turning into a more expensive version of Tarte, and I don't know if that's what we're really looking for. I can't believe I forgot to talk about this. I feel personally attacked by the fact that you didn't tag me in this. Or maybe you did and I missed it. I don't know if you knew. You can tag me on Instagram in news that you want me to talk about, and hopefully I will be able to see it. Instagram only shows the last 100 interactions in your feed, so if you were number 101, I don't get to see it and I'm so sorry. And you probably did tag me on this, but Instagram just didn't show me. And that is that Robert Welsh is coming out with the favorites brush set with Sigma. And I'm so excited for him. I love his channel, I love his Twitter, I love his Instagram, I love the man, I love everything about him. I think he is amazing. I'm so happy to see that like Bailey Serenus, like get better idols. I'm so happy to see who is popping up and becoming big in the beauty community. I'm really excited about that. So he's coming out with the favorites brush set, and this is E34, E38, E54, E37, and F80, the flat kabuki, and the 4D HD precision. Oh, this is the one that's like a, do I have it here? No, I don't have it here, but that is the one that's like a triangle. That one is really good for, like, I use it sometimes for like eye primer. I actually do like it. He picked some really nice brushes, and if you like his style and if you like his aesthetics, I think you will really like these brushes as well. If you didn't know that, I did a favorite brush set with Sigma a couple of years ago. I'm still using those exact brushes. I think they're so good. I had like the E25 and the E20, I think, and the F03, the high cheekbone highlighter. I mean, I still use those brushes. I think they're like so good. So I'm so excited to see more people doing favorites brush set with Sigma, and I really like Robert. And if you want to support him and if you want to try some Sigma brushes, I do think that this is a great deal. I also saw that Trendmood did a eye trio with Sigma, and she had it for her Trendmood box. This is my dog in the background. She had it for her Trendmood box, and now they are releasing it so you can actually buy it as well. And there are 3 eye brushes, and it is the E25. That was in my favorite set as well. It's a great brush. It's the E30 and the E35. Oh, these are really nice eye brushes. I really do approve of this set as well. These are 3 really nice brushes, and I actually have them, all 3 of those brushes, and I do use them. So these sets are a really nice way not only to support your favorite creator, if your favorite creator is like doing a brush set. I like brush sets that are made by creators because they pick the brushes that they like and that they think work the best. It's the exact same way with the, oh, I don't have them here, with the BK brushes and Britt Clark brush bundle. I did get that one. I'm gonna use that tomorrow when I do my makeup. Hopefully I won't forget, and I will have a video up trying that next week so you can see how those look. It's such a nice and easy way for you to sample some brushes from a brush brand if you haven't tried it before, and also the same way getting some brushes that are already approved by this person, like they picked their favorites. I will say that picking favorite brushes and putting in a set, I really like that. I really like that. And if I hadn't had so many Sigma brushes, I could definitely see myself picking these up. But I think I own every Sigma brush there is because I am affiliated with Sigma. I do have a code with them. I think it is Angelica. But I do like, and I 100% approve of brush sets made by different people or creators, because it's a way of them to show your favorites, and it's a great way of you to get like a bundle of like really great brushes if you approve of the way that they do their makeup. Speaking of the Kardashian thingamajiggy, this is the KKW Cosmetics summer collection. It's pretty late for being a summer collection, but I'm guessing she's having the same problem as every other brand, and that is that a lot of things have been delayed due to the situation that is worldwide. That is probably the reason why you're seeing so many collections from a lot of brands back to back. I see you, Colourpop. I think that is the reason. We'll talk about that in a bit. This is her summer collection, and this is a pin-uppy collection. I like the black hair on her. That is a very pin-uppy style with the having black, almost black blue hair. That is such a vibe, having the pin-uppy style and the black hair. I really like it. Maybe it's because I used to have like really black hair as well, and I had extensions, so I was trying to make it look like it is on this picture. I love the aesthetics of this collection. I love this. I love the look of it, I love the packaging, I love everything about it, but at the end of the day it is a neutral palette with a pop of blue and then 2 reds. I think it's perfect for the sailor theme though. It is perfect for the sailor theme. Some reds, some blues, and then it's just a bunch of neutrals. If I loved neutrals, maybe this could be a palette for me, because I don't think it looks bad at all. I actually think it looks really cute. It's just, I'm not that into... I have 2 browns in my crease today because I wanted to downplay the look a bit and just have a really bold lipstick. But I don't like neutrals so much that I need more than Definitely not more than half the palette can be neutrals for me to like appreciate it, because at the end of the day, most of the time, I never reach for a brown. So for me to buy a palette and to really appreciate it, at least where I'm at right now with my makeup, it needs to be kept to the minimum. Because if there's too many browns, I'm just gonna reach for something else. But I know I've seen a lot of people like saying that they don't like the style of this collection. I love the style of this collection. I think it looks so dope. Like honestly so dope. And the little anchors on the lip products, oh my god. It's so dope. So dope. Yeah, I love this. Am I the only one? Am I alone? Am I alone? I think it looks so good. Don't cancel me. This is the new collection from Alamar, and I haven't tried Alamar. And they are doing a Spanglish La Collection? Spanish, not one of my things. English, hardly one of my things. But this is a palette, an eye primer, and a brush trio. This is the trend that we had last year, but I said when I was doing my predictions for 2020, I said we're probably still gonna see some regulars coming in 2020 as well, of the pink, purple, red theme, especially the red and purple together. And this seems like a very cute 8-pan palette. I haven't tried Alamar, and if I'm gonna try them, it's gonna be something super unique to my collection. That's usually right now how I do. Like, there needs to be a pull with a new brand for me to try it. It can't just be that I've never tried them. It needs to be something special. Like, the reason that I'm trying a new brand can't be that I haven't tried them. It needs to be something more than that. It needs to be another reason. So I'm not going to be trying this one because it seems like a lot of things that I already own. I do love that it's an 8-pan palette though. I love that they're doing smaller palettes because, you know, that's my vibe, it's what I like. NARS is releasing a soft matte complete foundation. Apparently this is meant to go together with the soft matte concealer. I still think that that concealer is so good. It's a really nice concealer. It looks so beautiful. Did I use it up or do I still have some left? I'm not sure, and if I have some left, maybe I should get rid of it because this was a favorite of mine a couple of years ago. And do I still have some left? Oh my god, it's right here. It's in vanilla. It still smells pretty okay. You can see, maybe you can't see, but I'm really at the bottom. You know what? I'm gonna pull this one out and I'm gonna see if I can use that one. But this is the soft matte foundation. So this is a matte foundation because that concealer is matte. This is launching the 1st of September. At Sephora US, and it's gonna be $40. I have never tried a NARS foundation, but I've heard that NARS foundations are great, and they have a couple of others. But if I am to try a NARS foundation, it probably wouldn't be a full matte one, even though I know a lot of people really love a matte foundation. I love a foundation with a natural finish. I will say that right now, I have 2 foundations that I love so much, and I'm not looking to try a new one. And I even tried a new one. I think you might see that next week. I tried a new foundation and I really like that one as well. Like, I don't think I need any more foundations in my life right now, and especially not a matte one. But if you were looking for a matte foundation, NARS is coming out with a new one, and they do have a good track record when it comes to foundations. I think that people really like it. Let's talk about this Colourpop release that I briefly mentioned in the beginning. I think that Colourpop probably had as many like spring and summer releases planned for this spring and summer as they had last year, which is about 1 collection every other week or 1 collection every 1.5 weeks. And that is probably why they are pumping out collections right now to play catch up on the things that they weren't able to release this spring and early summer when the whole California was in when whole of California was in lockdown and they couldn't launch, ship, or like promote new things. So this is a sunflower collection, like a themed collection, and it's called the Sunflower Collection. Wow. Riveting. And this reminds me of the 90s. Sunflowers were like, I just think of Drew Barrymore. I don't know, it's just sunflowers was such a thing in the 90s. This is an all matte neutral palette that's very yellow leaning, and you know what? This is my vibe when it comes to neutral palettes. I don't like neutral shimmers at all. I never use neutral shimmers, ever. So for me, a neutral palette that's all matte That's my vibe. And also a neutral palette that's yellow leaning instead of red and orange leaning. That's also my vibe. I really like that this is so yellow tone. I saw people tagging me in this saying like, I cannot wait for you to roast this, but I'm gonna be honest with you. If I were to pick a neutral launch, I'd probably pick this one because this is most my style when it comes to neutrals. All matte, small palette that's yellow leaning. I kind of like that. It is available already. I will link it down below. Last time I checked, it was actually in stock. I do have a code with Colourpop. It is 5 Angelica and it gives you $5 off a $20 or more order at Colourpop. It is not affiliated, meaning that I don't earn anything from you using that code, other than Colourpop seeing, of course, that I am referring you to Colourpop. But it's just a code that they gave to me when they started sending PR to me, and they actually did send me a PR package. But it was the succulent collection. It got to me actually Friday, so yesterday. I'm thinking of filming just to get ready with me using it together with some other new things. But I will say, I don't want any neutral super shock shadows. Again, I don't use neutral shimmer shadows. I love face oils, but I don't need a new one. I don't need any neutral eye pens. I don't need any new lip glosses. I don't need another Soul Body thingy. But an all matte neutral palette with yellow tones, I wouldn't buy it, but I also wouldn't be mad to own it. Does this make sense? If I hadn't had so many new things coming into my collection, I mean, you just saw that I got these palettes. If I hadn't had so many new things coming into my collection, I might have picked this up, but I just have too many new things right now that I'm playing with. I don't need another eyeshadow palette. I don't need an eyeshadow palette at all, not even to review. But I will say I don't hate this release. I don't hate this release as much as you probably thought I would. It's like, it's okay, like, I get it. It's at least a bit different, and I kind of like that they're doing all matte palettes. I will say I kind of hope that they would do more 9-pan all matte palettes. I wouldn't be mad about that. I personally get along with Colourpop's formula a lot. Now we've seen the inside of the Monastery Cosmetics Arthurine. Is it called Arthurine palette? It's like a bear inspired palette. This is the blush palette volume 1, meaning that they're probably going to come with more. And I said in my last one we talked about the front that I didn't want a 9-pan palette with blushes because I don't want 9 blushes all at once. And apparently these are being sold as singles as well. I don't know if these are being sold as singles. My neighbors are going crazy. I don't know if these are being sold as singles in like actual packaging or just a single pan. I like blushes in packaging because blushes in pans like that I have in magnetic palettes, I just never reach for them. I don't know why, I just never do. And the same with my highlighters that are like in magnetic palettes. For some reason I just never reach for them. It's a shame. You know, the more you are into makeup and the more you like buy makeup and use makeup, the more you realize the things you do reach for and the things you don't. Even though there's nothing wrong with them, I just don't reach for them. I will say that these swatches show that some of them are pretty similar, and I told my friend Karen that I was surprised that none of these were shimmers, because some of them are not dupes, definitely not dupes, but they're slightly in the same neighborhood, and I'm kind of surprised that none of them is a shimmer. I will say that that Goji one, which is the like almost like pumpkin but yellow toned one, I like that. I love like an orangey warm color on me. I think that that is so pretty. So if I were to buy any blush, it would be that one. But not if it was a single magnetic pan. I would need a packaging. Maybe I can buy packaging separate, I don't know. But I just don't want a magnetic single pan because I know it's gonna get lost in my collection. But I like that color. But I don't use matte blush. That's the thing. So rarely do I use matte blush. It's not for me. I'm such a glowy blush person, and I have been for the past year, so for me to buy a matte blush, it just doesn't seem like a good idea at all. We've seen the inside of the Too Faced Pumpkin Spice palette. Didn't they have a Pumpkin Spice palette before? And it was only sold through QVC, and now they're coming out with one in the tin packaging? Listen, I don't know what's going on. It's purple and red. It's the same theme that I talked about before, and I think that if you like neutrals and you just want to have some pops of a little purple and like, it's a very neutral leaning palette. this isn't for me. I'm not blown away by the Too Faced shadow formula, the ones that I have tried, and I also think that this is too neutral leaning for me, so I wouldn't buy this. I think it's also very similar to the, like, it feels like Too Faced is the, well, just look at what they did with the peach, but Too Faced is the kind of company that would just, if something goes good, if they have something and it really sells good, they will try and milk that concept until it's absolutely bone dry. Absolutely bone dry. And I'm just like, okay, this is the 3rd year in a row when you come up with such a similar holiday palette. Like, we get it, okay, we get it. But people who want to own this, they own this by now. But this will probably sell good anyways, what do I know? Honestly, what do I know? I think this is already available. I will link it down below. This is another company that when they have a concept, they will milk it bone dry, and that is Charlotte Tilbury, and she's coming up with another thing in the Pillow Talk family, and it's a mascara. How is a mascara Pillow Talk? I thought Pillow Talk was the color. I thought it was that middle, like, muted warm pink shade, and now it's a mascara, and on the promo picture she's riding the mascara? Girl! What you doing over there? Charlotte, what's... See, this is the person that I want to be. I think she's in her like 50s, like, in a way, this is who I want to be. I want to be in my happy 50s, riding a mascara true pinup style. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Just go for it. Honestly, I don't know what's going on, but it's coming soon. I will link down below where you will be able to get it once it's available, but yeah. You get that. Go right ahead, Charlotte. I'm team riding the mascara. I know we've talked about this palette, the Stoned Vibes palette by Urban Decay, but it seems like they're also coming out with a new foundation. And this is the Tinted Glow Hydrator. I'm guessing this is a sheer coverage glowy foundation, such kind of a foundation that most brands are coming up with in 2020. I'm not complaining, I love a sheer coverage foundation. So this is nice, and it's a squeezy tube, and I really like the packaging of this. I'm hoping, because it seems to be a blue that's fading into the color of the foundation, I really hope that that is see-through, so that you can see A, how much foundation is left, and B, the color of the foundation. I really hope that that is a see-through tube that fades into blue. I think that that is genius if so. The packaging looks great. I love a squeezy tube foundation. This is something that I could be interested in trying depending on when it comes out, because like I said, right now I don't need another foundation in my life. I need to use at least one foundation up before I can bring another one in, because it's like it's too much. And I will say that now that we've seen this new picture of the palette, it says creamy finish, and that leaves me to believe that these are the kind of like textured metallics that Huda Beauty had in her new neutrals, and not pressed glitters. And that makes me very happy, because I think that a full palette of pressed glitters, I don't know if that would sell. And I think Urban Decay already has the odds against them, so what they need is a hit. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what this is, but I do think that if these are really metallic, like glowy, metallic, smooth, finished eyeshadows, I think that people could be about that. What is going on? Church now, really? One of the bougiest like makeup brands is teaming up with one of the bougiest fashion brands, and they're making a lipstick together, and that is Pat McGrath and Supreme are doing a lipstick together. I never got the Supreme hype. I don't even understand what they're famous for. Like, I think that they are famous because they're hard to get a hold of and because they're expensive, which is that is the case with a lot of luxury things. They're seen as luxury because they're expensive, but like, what are you really paying for? I never got the thing with Supreme. I would never buy this lipstick because, first of all, I don't need another red lipstick, and also I don't think that Supreme is all that. I'm sorry, I just don't think that that is that exciting. It's a red lipstick. I am sure, I haven't tried the Pat McGrath formula, but a lot of people say the Pat McGrath lipstick formula is really, really good, so I'm sure it's going to be so good. I don't want to pay Supreme money for a red lipstick when I don't even appreciate Supreme. That's not the sign. That's just that's just paying a lot of money to show that you have a lot of money. And I'm not about that vibe. So for me, that's not an interesting release because I just don't see the whole thing. But maybe I'm missing something. Do let me know down below. But that's definitely not something for me. This is a new palette from Peachy Queen. We're All Mad Here. And this seems very cute. I like the color story, but I have to say, at the rate that Peachy Queen is releasing palettes, that is suspicious to me. Because I don't think that they have their own factory like Colourpop. So I just feel like, how good can the palettes be when there are just so many so often? It makes me very suspicious. And maybe I shouldn't be. Maybe I'm being harsh towards them. Yeah, it's not for me, but maybe they're awesome. Maybe they're great. Maybe they're so great. Let me know about their quality down below. There's just something about that rapid fire release when I'm 98% sure they're not having their own production. I just don't understand how that works really. Let me know your thoughts down below. I could be totally wrong. There has been, and let's talk about the thing that I bought. Let's talk about the thing that I bought. I don't know if I talked about this in my predictions, but if nothing else, we all knew that multichromes were going to come to the mainstream market. Every time indie brands do something special, every time indie brands come up with something cool, it takes 2 years, 1 year, 2 years, and then the mainstream brands come up with it. Pat McGrath had a multichrome in her latest palette, Ciati has come out with multichrome liquid shadows, and Natasha Denona came out with chromium liquid eyeshadows, which are multichrome liquid pigments, and she says it's the first ever eye-safe liquid pigments with multichrome. That is not true, and I kind of wish that she would have, maybe when she was starting to develop this, it was, but I do think that she should have checked the market a bit before releasing these to make sure that that statement was still true, because now it's making her look like a bit of a fool, a bit of a clown when she's releasing it with that statement, when us out here, the people loving indie makeup, know that, like, for example, JD Glow has done it before. So I feel like that is a bit, I don't know, it's a bit of a stupid statement. She should have checked that a bit before putting it out there, because it's not the first ever eye-safe liquid multichrome. And also I've seen that Linda Hallberg is coming up with some multichromes as well, apparently in her Interstellar liquid eyeshadow formula, so that's also going to be interesting to see. I'll talk more about that when I see it. I did buy 2 of the Natasha Denona liquid eyeshadows. I bought them from Beautylish because I had a gift certificate at Beautylish. So I bought 2 of the liquid eyeshadows, and I thought, why don't I try and see if I can dupe them with Clionadh, because I have the whole, well, at least the old one. I don't have the new one. They did say that they were going to send it to me, but then the whole situation worldwide did happen, and they have had a lot of delays when it comes to production and shipping things out, such has every company. So I haven't received the new collection of the stained glass, but I thought I could see if I can dupe the Natasha Denona with the stained glass and just see like which one is giving the best effect, which one is the easiest to use on the eyes, and like bang for your buck, because the Clionadh ones are not super inexpensive, but they're in Canadian dollars as well. So do keep that in mind when you're looking at the Clionadh website. It's Canadian dollars. But also the Natasha Denona is a liquid one. It might be easier to get a hold of, but it is more expensive. But I don't know if like a liquid is easier than a powder. So I am gonna see about this when I get them. They said that they were gonna come about the last of August. So I'm guessing I'm gonna get them not next week, but in the beginning of the week after that. And I'm super excited to be trying them out. Do let me know what you think about these. Did you pick any of these up? They're pretty expensive, the Natasha Denona ones. I think they're like $28, right? Yeah, $28. And like I said, I did buy 2 of them, but I probably wouldn't have bought 2 if I didn't have a gift certificate. But I bought 2 of the colors. I think I bought Ultraviolet, and I bought the one that goes from like green to gold, and the one that went from green to purple. Those are the two I bought, so do keep an eye open, and if you're interested, I will link them down below because they are available now if you wanna pick them up. But that was everything that I wanted to talk about this week. Let me know which is the one release that is the most interesting to you. Let me know down below, and let me know what you would like to see from brands coming this autumn, because we are gonna see a lot of autumn and like fall releases and also holiday releases coming now when we are breaking into the end of August, beginning of September. I think that a lot of the makeup news is gonna be like for the like upcoming season. I do think though that there's still gonna be some brands that still have some releases left from summer that they're gonna have to like just get out there, and I do hope that we're not too harsh with brands, because it's better for them to release it late than to just throw it away, because that is a waste. It's better for them to just release it and let it be a late summer release than for them to just throw it away because of what's going on in the world. So I hope we're being a little bit understanding, because I'm guessing that most of these things, it's already produced. Like, what are they gonna do with it? They can't save it to next year. So that's gonna be everything for this video. Please do subscribe before you leave, because I'm gonna have a video up tomorrow. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments, and don't forget to check the description box if you have any questions, and I will see you tomorrow for a new video. Bye!